Hello guys, welcome back to this new video. This time is going to be the oracle reading for How They Flirt series, and it's going to be dedicated to TXT members. So yes, today is their turn. So yes, let's begin with the oracle cards that they got. I pulled 3 for each member. So yes, let's begin with Jeonjun. Jeonjun, he got the cards of signs, manipulation, and help. So it's very interesting how I think that he's a really charming guy, and definitely he has the potential to like observe the person very much. He's not someone that he will impulsively go towards someone and starts flirting. I think that he needs to observe the person, to observe the room, read the room. There's something about him gathering a lot of information before, beforehand, before approaching someone. I don't see him being that spontaneous. I think that for him to get a sort of signal, I would say like a sort of even the other person being obviously like interested in him, and him seeing this person, liking him back, or being willing to talk to him. And also with the card of manipulation in the middle, I think that he's someone that he just wants to know that the other person is interested. I believe that he's not someone that he will just approach someone and start flirting without knowing how the other part feels. I think that what can make him feel more confident, and also it's very important for him to actually flirt with someone that he knows that likes him already. There's something, and also here with the card of help, there's something also about him having the help of others, like other people being like, oh, this person has been asking about you, this person, I noticed this person has been looking at you or staring at you all night. So there's something about him being willing to flirt if he knows that he has the potential to be successful at it. I don't know why I think like this word success. He wants to be successful at it. I think that he needs to know that he has potential to be successful. Because for him it's like a game. Of course that flirting is a game, but for him it's more I want to prove that I am interested enough, or that I'm attractive enough to flirt with you. He doesn't want it to be a failure. I think that um, his his pride maybe he's afraid of rejection, maybe. I mean we all are deep inside, but I think that for him it's more like, I don't want to ruin my reputation, so I wouldn't expose myself to flirt with someone that I know that I'm going to make them feel uncomfortable, or I'm not sure about this person, so I don't want to make things awkward. So there's a sense of him knowing things beforehand, or him studying this person beforehand, or him knowing this person's intention. I think that he loves to flirt with people that he knows that are into him. He just loves this. For example, in the case of fans, or his fans, he knows that they are like, at awe at him, that they love him, everything that he does, that they are like impressed by him, and he loves this, this feeling of like, yeah, I'm going to flirt with you because I know you want me, so there's something about this. Like I said, it's not that spontaneous. I don't think he would go spontaneously flirt with someone that is stranger, for example. I think that for him, his mind doesn't allow him to be that spontaneous. He thinks a lot, he prepares a lot, He also wants to be ahead. Since this is a game, he wants to be ahead. So if he knows that that person is interested in him before, he would appreciate knowing this. He would go and be a bit more bold. But yeah, definitely I think that here with the card of manipulation and help, there's something about sort of letting me know that in real life, like there's a lot of that he does need a lot of preparation and a lot of interventions and a lot of information in the middle. It's not that he's that seductive like people see him on stage or maybe on camera. There's something about in real life when he likes someone or when he wants to make a move, he needs to be prepared and he needs other people's help. It's not that he's going to just go and flirt. Um, So yes, let's move on to Subin. Subin got the card of light, on the way, and the grid. So I think that for Subin, the energy is a bit more light. Like it's a bit more like there's a lot of clarity. I think that for him is more about him. He just has this aura. When I think about the card of the keyboard of light, I think that he's someone that he has this magnetism, and he also has this light, this aura around him, that I believe that probably he doesn't need to flirt. I think that women just women or people that are interested in him just gravitate towards him easily, and he's just been this light in the room, or he's just been, I don't know, I feel like he doesn't have to do that much, and he just gets people around him. It seems that it's very easy for him to get the attention. um, and then when I have this card of on the way, I think that he um, he's just very magical. There's something about him that he does give me very magic vibes. That he sort of puts people in a spell. I don't know. He hypnotizes people, and he doesn't do them much actually, but I think that he is spontaneous, and definitely with the card of on the way, there's something about Subin also being someone that flirting is is something that just happens when he's interacting with someone, um, but he doesn't see it like flirting. He just sees it like being interested in someone and paying attention to someone. He does it like spontaneously. He does it without thinking. He probably flirts without realizing that he's flirting. He does it in a very regular scenario, like in a very like everyday situation, for example. But he has to have a firm bond or relationship with this person. Either he has to work with this person, or he has to live with this person, or he has to see this person like in an everyday basis, very routinary. Because on the way, it seems like the relationship, the bond is already established. There's a connection, there's a communication, there's an interaction already. So I think that for him, to somehow, saying something flirty, saying or acting a bit flirtatious, he's like, oh, yeah, I just, I just happen to be flirtatious, and I don't know, we were just reading something, and all of a sudden I said something to you that sounded flirtatious, and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't see it coming. But I feel like he does it, since we have the card of light in here, he does it, he's so cute. There's something about him being very warm, him being very, and not hiding, it's like he just does it. But also because um, it's is the continuation of a lot of interactions. It's like he feels, the more comfortable he feels with you, the more he's going to show the flirtatious side of him. Um, and then with the card of decree, I think that he's someone that he believes in decrees, or he believes in manifestation. This is why I get that he's a bit um, like there's magic, there's manifestation in him. Probably he's not sure about the other person's feelings. I believe that there's something about him thinking about that person and sort of like telepathically, calling that person, and that person appears, or that person just like starts thinking about him. So I think that it's not just him. I think that he just, sometimes he wishes he had a chance with someone that he likes, and all of a sudden the person also gets this feeling, and they just meet. They just meet. But I definitely think that he has to have like a prior connection to you. He's not going to do it with a stranger. He's not going to do it with a stranger. But I think that he's like, in his mind, he's like wishing it. He's like, oh, I wish I had this moment with this person. I wish we had this moment. I wish we had this alone time where I could just say this. And all of a sudden it happens, or that person appears, or he has to work with this person, or he has to see this person again. So it's like, oh, I decreed it, I manifested it, I thought about it, and they appear. And all of a sudden I'm here, and we are having fun, and we are already talking, and we are working, and things are just happening. There's a lot of like wish fulfillment in here, like a sort of genie in the bottle for Subin. I think that when he really likes someone, he has the potential to manifest them, and this is why he feels confident when he starts saying flirtatious things, is because he's comfortable. There's a part of him that believes that this was meant to be. So he's not apologetic about it. He's not that shy or that awkward or insecure. But I feel like um, he has to feel also the magic in the air. He's a very hopeless romantic, I would say. But when it comes to flirting, I think that if he feels comfortable in the space and the time, he will just say it, or he will just tell you something that you're like, oh my god, like, are you flirting with me? Like, um, it's not that hard for him, actually. It's not that he has to put a lot of effort into it, but he just have to be in the right place, and with a little bit of privacy, probably. And he's someone that I believe that he doesn't need, to be drinking, or to be, in a sort of a special mood to sort of spill the tea, to tell you how he really feels, or if he wants to be seductive. He will just do it. If he trusts you, if there's a bond, he will just say it. He will say or do something that will let you know that he's flirting. And being a bit obvious about it, but it's like, since he trusts you, it's not going to be awkward. That's for Bumu. For Bumu, we have the cards of achievements, illusions, and love at first sight. So yeah, very Pisces in here, definitely. Definitely very Pisces. Um, I think that definitely for Bumu, also flirting, for him is, he also is someone that he has to have a prior connection with you. He has to get to know you first. He has to have spent time with you. That's crucial, because for him it's like, sort of getting the courage as time passes. Like, okay, now I talk to them. Okay, now I was able to, share a meal with them. Now I was able to spend time with them alone. So these are like, for him, it feels like a small advances, like a small achievements, because there's something about it that I do get that he's very shy. I don't know why. I get this strong embarrassment, but this is not. I think that he can be able to flirt in probably in on a stage, but when it comes when he really likes someone, I think that he's too obvious, and maybe there's something about him not wanting to show his feelings right away because he's afraid of getting hurt. Definitely, here with the card of illusion and the card of the card of love at first sight, I think that maybe he tried to flirt with someone at some point in the past, and it didn't go well. So there's something about him also wanting to get back the illusion, wanting to feel the illusion again, but at the same time being afraid of this going wrong again. And also with love at first sight, he is a lover. He tends to fall in love at first sight. He goes full mood towards the other person. I think that for him, attraction and love are two equals, like are the same coin. And I think that this maybe he notices that he rushes the process very fast without you know really knowing the person. So I think that this is why he got the card of achievements first, because he needs to slow it down. He needs to, you know, organize his mind, his thoughts, his perceptions, not get all like in love and like, oh, you are the person of my dreams, and I love you, and because yeah, because and also with the card here of illusion, I think that's because he gets so mesmerized, or he gets so into his feelings so fast, he idealizes the person a lot. Here with the card of illusion, I think that sometimes he doesn't see the person for who they really are. He just sees them like, oh, this is my person, this is like my ideal person. And he just like, and I think that there's something about him also like wanting to find this sort of love at first sight. I think that he cannot help it. He is a lover. He cannot help it. He is like this. He goes, full mood on someone, full mode. There's no stop. But he was heartbroken in the past. So there's something about him learning to slow down a bit and just appreciate the connection for what it is. Get to know the person, do not get nervous, do not get emotional, do not get all sentimental, because he starts feeling things and he's just very obvious when he's around someone that he likes. So I don't see him flirting. But honestly, with the card of illusion here in the middle and that he's a Pisces, I would say that maybe he's the kind of person that if he gets, if there's drinks involved, or if there's alcohol involved, he could do something, silly, in the sense of confessing his love. I don't think that it's about flirting. I think that it's about him opening up his heart and be like, I love you from the first time I saw you. I love you. So I think that he definitely has, and also he's very young, so there's something about him not being able to repress his feelings. He feels very much. He feels very intensely. He sort of reminds me of NCT Jungkook. When I read for him, he also got this love at first sight, and this, like, he cannot help it. This is like, oh, I fell in love at first sight. You are the person of my dreams. I will love you forever. And there's this strong emotion. This like uncomfortable, like not uncomfortable, like this. I cannot control my feelings when I'm around you. So yeah, I'm a fool, but yeah, and I cannot flirt. I don't think he can flirt because he doesn't. He's not grounded. He's not seeing straight. He's not seeing clearly. He's just mesmerized. He's just hypnotized. He's just like he's drunk in love, so he doesn't see properly. So I think that he should work on this definitely. For Taeyong, he got the card of self-esteem, attraction, and past lives. So definitely, I think that starting with the card of self-esteem, I definitely believe that um, he has to work on his self-esteem first. I believe that this could be something that he has the potential to be a good at flirting, but I think that sometimes he like stops himself from flirting because he's like, oh no, I don't think I'm their type. I don't think they will like me back. I'm not good at this. I'm not attractive enough. I'm not interested enough. So he has to work on his self-esteem, because definitely I see here with the card of attraction, I see that he's much more attractive than what he is able to see and perceive about himself. I definitely think that he's someone that um, that he's much more seductive and much more like he just makes people feel things. It's very physical, I would say. He's very attractive. He's very charming. But there's something about him, comparing himself to others and being like, okay, I'm not beautiful, or I'm not interesting enough. I'm not handsome like the others. I'm not tall like the others. There's a lot of things that he thinks about himself, but actually, what makes him attractive is something about his, like I said about Subin, is there something about his aura that it's very hard to put into words, but he just has it. When the person has it, when they have that flavor, that passion, that's something that you are like, wow, I'm so attracted to them. There's something about the way they move, the way they talk, the way they smile. He is much more attractive than what he thinks. And about flirting, of course, that him also is a very visual guy. So I think that for him to actually flirt with someone, he has to feel an attraction to someone. Not just liking what he sees, like finding, someone that he finds beautiful and attractive. Is also about the touch. He has to feel a sort of pull. And this is like his moon in Scorpio definitely here is feeling, because actually a lot of Scorpio people that I pull these cards in the past, they also got the card of attraction. So for them, there has to be sort of sexual tension or something like a pull that you cannot ignore. He has to feel this. And I think that for him, the more he experiences this, the more comfortable he's going to feel in his own self-image. There's something about him not seeing himself for who he is. Like he actually has a lot of charisma. He has a lot of like I don't know. There's something very sexy about him. I haven't actually observed Taeyeon a lot. I have to observe him more, because there's something about it. Like he could actually like have this very rich and passionate lovers, because there's something about him that is just boiling. Like he's very passionate guy. So I think that this attraction is, he can get very brave if he feels like the other part, and also he can attract people or women that are very spontaneous about their sexuality and about their emotions. He needs. I think that in order for him to flirt, he needs a partner that is as passionate as he is, or as intense as he is, or as magnetic as he is. Because the magnetism has to be there. It's not about, oh, let's talk, or yeah, tell me what's your name and what you do, and yeah, and yeah, we talk about work, and you compliment me, and you tell me that I'm beautiful, and I tell you I am beautiful, and we are like all laugh and giggle. No, it's more like I look at you, you look at me, and we sense this tension. And also with the past lives, he has the potential to actually meet, um, have this very strong feeling that he knows these people from before. Meeting his special someone and being like, I know you from somewhere. And it's not like, oh yeah, I'm like, I know you because I seen you. No, it's more like you remind me of a past. So there's also a lot of mysticism as well. But yeah, I think that I believe that with time he's going to become more brave. But definitely, here with attraction, I sense a lot of uh, sexual tension. I sense this like, oh, I want to get close to you physically. I want to touch you, and I want you to touch me. Not so much like, oh, I want to talk to you and say, and just acting all intellectual, and to say, start a conversation and talk for hours. No, I want to feel your body close to me, like really skinship all the way. So yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, and for Huning we have the cards of flow, money, and a good relationship. Um, so yeah, I think that for Huning we start with the card of flow. That actually the correct or most faithful translation would be it's time to flow. um, and and I think that for he has to relax a bit. I think that also he's someone that he gets very nervous around the person that he likes. I don't know if because he tries to flirt but the timing is not right, or maybe he doesn't get the results or the response that he wants. So he's like, okay, I'm not good at flirting. But I believe that he tries, or that he tried with someone in the past, and it just didn't go anywhere, or the person didn't get it. It was like, oh yeah, I was flirting here and you didn't pay attention. So there's something about him also feeling inadequate, him feeling weird, like, okay, like maybe I'm just weird, or maybe they don't like me, and him starting to doubt himself as well. But I think that, um, there's something about him having to keep practicing, and if you're trying to flirt with someone and you see that it doesn't work, okay, try again, flow with opportunities. There's something about humankind, like I would give him this advice of, okay, you want to be flirtatious, you want to, okay, just practice, practice, okay, try with this person, see how they respond. If you see that there's no response, okay, move on to the next, but have fun with it, have fun with it, because he's a very charming guy. He's very nice. um in this case, I don't see flirting like, like he would marry that person, but there's something about him having to practice as well, to make it less awkward. Um, and also, when the person is right, they are going to get it. And when the person is not right, of course, it gets awkward, and there's silences, and there's, you know, um, a lot of things that it seems like you are not in the same place, like you don't get each other. So yeah, and also get that as a feedback, and just, okay, they don't get it, let's move on to the next. um, then with money, then we have the card of money. And I also think that probably there's something about him having this belief that for him to be good at flirting, he has to pay for things. Or maybe he has to invite this person somewhere, or he has to buy them expensive, I don't know, drinks or food. There's money involved in here, like him thinking that he needs money in order to flirt with someone, that he cannot go empty handed, that he has to, you know, pay for things, pay for a good experience. Like, okay, like I'm going to bring you to a nice restaurant. If I meet you somewhere, I'm going to buy you a drink. I'm going to buy you coffee. I'm going to, like, I have to come with a gift somehow, and him maybe worrying about money, actually being like, okay, yeah, I want to flirt with this person, but I feel like I don't have the financial stability, because maybe the people that he's interested in are much more wealthy than him, or are from another, status. They have, maybe he has the perception that they live like a more ostentatious life than he does. So there's something about him also, like thinking that he needs money in order to flirt or to impress someone. And and actually, here with a good relationship, there's something about, you know the cards being like, you don't need it. You don't need money to impress someone or to be able to flirt with someone. It's not about you not having money, or you feeling like the person that you like is richer than you, so you don't have a chance. It's more about you being able to give and receive love, you having a good connection with that person, you being good to this person, you giving a good love, a selfless, devotion or love, or, just appreciation, affection. I think that I know that this oracle reading is not about relationships, but there's something about Huning Guai here that he has to heal his perception of money. I don't know if maybe in his parents' relationship or in his everyday life he sees, and he has like this sort of like, examples of people really struggling with money, and this affecting the relationship, and then having, arguments and fights and differences because of money. So he feels this urge that okay, I'm not stable enough financially, so I don't know if I can, offer something to this person that I like. I feel like I'm worthless. I feel like I have nothing to give. Because I'm not stable as theirs. I need to make more money. There's something, and here with the first card, that is time to flow. Yeah, maybe he does have a tendency of feeling attraction to people that are from a different economic sphere, from a different, environment, or that people are more wealthier or come from rich families, and he's sort of like, he interacts with these people, and he's like, oh, I like them, but I don't feel like I am as luxurious as they are. I don't have this. So I think that definitely he should heal a bit his relationship with money, and how he views money, because actually, he can have a proper healthy relationship, and he should always like be looking for a healthy, uh, stable, and choose a happy relationship, instead of thinking like, okay, what do I have to give in return when it comes to material things to impress someone. And that actually, when someone really likes you, they make it work. It's not about the gifts that you give them, how much money you spend on them. The right person is not going to make you feel anxious. But there's something about him, him having to flow a bit, and also, meet different people. Like, if it's about flirting, flirt with different people. The right people for you, they will get your jokes, they will get your style, they will get, the way you say things. They would just want to be around you if they really like you. And if they ignore you, like, flow and move on to the next. So yeah, this is all I have, guys, for TXT members. I hope that it made sense. I hope that you like it, And yes, I will see you in my next video. Bye.